What's up, guys? Lisa Pezik here from the Empowered Entrepreneur. How is it going today? Oh my gosh, it is a rainy, cold, miserable, ugly, crappy day up here, and it seems to be going right in line with the crappy 2017 that I've been having. Although I still say that with a smile because life is good. And I think you have to realize that on the crappiest of days, hello, Amanda. On the crappiest of days, there's still many things to be thankful for in your life. Like my gorgeous friend, Amanda, who I had a lovely chat with earlier when I was having a moment. And, I want to talk about six strategies today. Oh, thank you for the love. When you're having a bad day, which maybe leads to a bad week, or maybe you're even doing a year in review and you're like, it was a bad year, right? Like things did not go well. So how do you deal with that? And I almost am like shooting myself in the foot because I kept saying, 2017 is going to be incredible. 2017 is going to be incredible. 2017, I'm going to crush it. And 2017 has started out bad. Like some things have been bad, some things have been great, but there have been so many things out of my control that have happened in the last week or two. And what do you do? How do you deal with that? How do you deal with things out of your control? And, I had unfortunately our cat, some of you maybe have seen on my personal page, our cat had cancer. We had to put our cat down. Then we had this big string of stomach bugs that attacked the entire house. It literally was shitty. It was like literally a shitty week, like no pun intended. It was just one thing after the next. And I had a complaint from a customer that I'm pretty blessed that I never get a lot of complaints like in my businesses and my services, but this woman was just being completely unrealistic and completely rude, right? Like how do you deal and handle with rude people? How do you deal and handle with entitled people? And, what she was expecting of me was completely out in left field. And it was just, she could only see her way and no other way. So that was really unfortunate. And then I've had a few people, that I've been working with decide that they were going to quit and that things just, that we weren't headed down the same path together and they were choosing a different path. And that was really hard. So frustration, disappointment, loss, heartache, crap. That's what it's been the last 2 weeks for me. And it's so easy at this point, in your life, if you've dealt with that, if you're like, man, when it rains, it pours, right? How many times do we say that? Things come in three. When it rains, it pours. And when you get in that kind of mentality, you're always expecting the worst. So how do you change that around? How do you stop saying those sorts of things and really realize that it all is okay and that you have the strength to keep going? So the first thing I got for you, I want you to feel and deal. What does that mean? I think too many times, especially as moms, or just women, we try to say that everything is okay when everything is not okay. We are afraid to say that we are frustrated or we're upset or we're tired or we're angry or we're just at our wit's end or however it is at that, that moment, whatever you're feeling, don't sweep it under the carpet. Don't pretend like everything is okay when it's not, because things then just fester and fester and fester and fester, right? When our cat passed away, it was my husband's cat. The darn cat had been around before I even knew my husband. This cat is like 15-year-old cat. And, men have this, stigma where they're not supposed to cry and they're not supposed to show emotion. And I'm like, that's bullshit. Like, if you're sad, babe, you cry. And it doesn't matter how long you want to cry for, whatever you feel it. Relate to that, show that, be who you want to be, and, but don't stay there. That's the thing. Or you want to be mad at somebody. Something happened to me today and my first gut reaction was I was mad because they made a choice that I wouldn't make. And I was like, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be mad for a couple minutes. I'm going to feel that emotion. I'm going to feel that anger. I'm going to let myself feel it. I'm going to tell myself it's okay to be mad, but then I'm going to move on, because you can't stay in that place of negativity or sadness or frustration or anger, but you also can't ignore it. So whatever it is that you're feeling, identify with that, right? I'm pissed off right now. I'm mad right now. My heart, my husband said, my heart is breaking. I'm sad right now. And I said, absolutely, you should be. That cat was around before I was around. It was an amazing animal, right? So the first one is feel and deal. Don't sweep it under the carpet. Second one You gotta have your North Star. So what is guiding you? What is driving you? If you don't know why you're doing whatever it is that you're doing, and you don't have a bigger purpose for yourself, you're gonna quit. So you want a health and fitness plan, and you decide that, you know, you had a moment of, a lot of people have been telling me they're PMSing this week, right? So it's like you're PMSing and you go and you eat the whole bowl of chocolate and then you're like, forget it. Well, I've already, you know, fallen off the rails, forget it. This whole thing's a wash. I might as well just quit. If you don't know why you're trying to get leaner, healthier, stronger, you're never going to keep going, right? So what is that reason? Is there a memory that you want to create? Are you trying to lose weight because you want to look good on your family vacation in April and you want to get in all those pictures in your bathing suit running down the beach with your children? That's why you bounce back after you eat the whole bowl of ice cream, right? For me, I'm building a legacy and a brand that I'm so passionate about. So every complaint, every no, every person that walks away, everybody that chooses not to support me, I'm like, that's all right, right? I'm going down that path. I'm headed forward. I'm focused. And I've got the big picture of what I want my life to look like, what I want the relationships to be. Amanda and I always chat about, you know, when we're living in San Diego on the beach, sipping our wine as our kids are, you know, running in the ocean and playing together. And that's our life that we're going to create. Memories, fulfillment, love. That's what drives me past those days that are crappy, because it's so much easier to give up. When you're going after these big goals, like losing 20 pounds, yes, it's gonna happen, losing 20 pounds, you know, creating a life of your design, creating a life that you love, getting in a job or a career or a profession or a business or an entrepreneurship that you love takes hard work. And there's gonna be ups and downs, and there's gonna be people and things that test you. But if you don't know what your North Star is, for me, it's more time with my family. It's memories with my family. It's hanging out with my girlfriends and the people that I love and not having to answer to the boss. Not having to worry about money, not having to stress about the little things. That's the life that I want. So that's what drives me to create this video, to write another blog, to actively go out and find other people to join me on this journey. And a no or somebody walking away isn't going to make me stop, isn't going to set me back. It might temporarily make me upset, which is okay to feel that, but I know I got to keep going. Next one. Thrive with your anchor. Thrive with your anchor. What does that mean? You best believe. Now, I was up last night with a little guy who was sick all night, unfortunately, puking and throwing up, and stomach bug is still in this house. So I did not get up, I must admit, and do my workout first thing in the morning. But you better believe that's going to happen. I drank my superfood shake. I connected with my team. I'm going to be getting my workout in. Those are the non-negotiable things that no matter when shit hits the fan, it's the worst day ever, everyone's being mean to me, life is crappy, I'm going to eat clean, I'm going to work out, I'm going to drink my shake, I'm going to connect with my people, I'm going to drink my water, and I'm going to get a good night's sleep. Those are the things that are 100% in my control. And I'm going to have a smile while I do it. I'm going to change my attitude. So your attitude is your anchor. Your habits are your anchor. No matter what, you rock those because you know those are in your control, and you create those small wins when you feel like, you know, the world is crumbling on top of you and nothing is going right and everybody is pissing you off, or you feel so overwhelmed or frustrated. You nail what you can nail. Right? What are your anchors? My anchors are fitness, my fitness and nutrition, and my people around me. Those are my anchors, right? Okay, next one, Amanda. Call your go-to. Call your go-to person. I gotta say that when that situation happened to me today that I was really upset about, if I would have just stayed in that spot, you know, yes, we want to feel and deal, but if I would have just stayed in that spot of overwhelm and anger and, you know, I almost felt like with what happened to me, somebody like sucker punched me in the gut, and I video, somebody was trying to call me. Okay, I'm like, this can't be happening, right? But I decided to call my go-to, which was my girl Amanda, and talk through it, right? And ask questions and start to say, how did this happen? I don't understand. What could I have done better in this situation? Can you give me an outside view of what's kind of going on in my life right now? And just to get it out. Like, just again, I think, we just carry on with that anger and that hurt and that frustration, and we bottle it all up, and we're afraid we're going to burden people, or, we're afraid that people are going to think less of us, or people are going to think we're bugging them or pestering them. When you have good people in your life, use them. They want to help you just as much as you want to help them. So who's your go-to person? You don't have a go-to person? Start building some incredible relationships and put yourself out there to find your go-to person. Amanda and I met in a course, complete strangers. I'm from Canada, she's from New Jersey. Met, as complete strangers and connected in this course that we were in together, right? And it's like, it was meant to be. We were meant to find each other. She's my best friend. Mwah, love her to death. And, talking to her helped me move past that anger and that frustration that I had. So you got to call your go-to person. Next, you got to work with the willing. And that's what me and Amanda were talking about. In your life, a lot of frustration and anger and overwhelm, it comes from wanting something more for somebody else. You want someone to take better control of their health. You want someone to stop abusing drugs and alcohol. You want someone to stop emotional eating. You want someone to be more compassionate. You want someone to get some freaking drive in their life and get some motivation and go do something. You can't want it for them more than they internally want it for yourself. Because when you're constantly pulling and stringing people along, you are lessening your power. You are negating your power. It's like running through quicksand, right? You want to put yourself in the spot and with the people that want it, that want this. They might not understand. They might not know what is going to be ahead, what the road or what the future is going to look like. But if those people have a North Star and they're in it because they know why they're working so hard to change their life, then that's what you want. You want to work with the willing. You want people who are compassionate, people who are motivated, people who align with the same kinds of visions and goals that you align with. That was why Amanda and I created our team, because we had a vision for what we want our health and fitness team to look like. And we're both incredibly hard workers. So we knew that it was going to be an equal, joint relationship and partnership working towards our goals together. We make each other stronger. We make each other better. So you can't drag along, whether that's a friend or a mom or a husband or even people that you love so deeply and dearly. You're going to get so frustrated by trying to constantly drag them along. And, that is a lesson. That is a tough lesson that I'm learning, because I really want to over-deliver. I really want the best in people. But some people just aren't ready for that. Some people go on their own path and go their own way, and that's okay, right? It's all choices. We all have choices in our day. And then the last one, to quote Michelle Obama, who I love to death, when the rest of the world goes low, you go high, right? You always go high. Your first gut reaction is never your right reaction, right? So you're having the crappiest day ever, you're having the crappiest week ever, and then somebody goes and says something rude to you, somebody sends you a rude email, somebody in customer service just dismisses you, which I never understand why sometimes customer service people are the meanest people ever. It makes no sense to me. But somebody's just rude or downright mean to you, right? Your gut reaction is what? To say something rude back, to be mean back, to one-up them and have the better comeback, to not say anything at all. Like, your first gut reaction is never your right reaction. So you got to pause. You got to take that moment to stop and think and evaluate. What can you control? Go high. Go high. What can you control in your life? Go high. You can control your attitude. You can control the energy that you give off to other people. And I'm a firm believer that if people are being rude to you, it's because they have crappy energy. If people are feeling entitled, like that client that thought that I would just check up on her every single day and write to her every single day, even though she wasn't checking in with me in the channels that were appropriately built for her to check in. Like, I coach like 60 people right now. I got like 60 to 80 clients right now. I'm not going to be personally messaging 80 people and asking how your day is, right? We've got methods and mechanisms to check in. So when people want to do their own thing and demand something of you, what can you control? You can control your attitude, you can control your presence, you can control your energy, you can control staying true to who you are and what you've built and what you know. right? So that is 100% in your control. So when someone's being rude to you, instead of being rude back, you go high. When someone chooses to walk away from you and you want to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? You say, God bless you. I wish you all the best in your choices. And you really inherently mean that, right? When somebody is sad and frustrated, and they're always sad and frustrated, and you're like, come on, people, like, you know, get going, get moving in your life. You say, wow, I really understand that, you know, you're having a tough time right now. That's hard. I empathize with you. I feel for you. When you're ready to get moving and get going, you know I'm here for you 24/7, right? I'm here for you. So go high. Go high. Your level of support, your energy, you know, your honesty, your heart, those are all the things that you are 100% in control of. You can't control the weather. You can't control people. You can't control traffic. You can't control your boss. You can't control your spouse. You can't control your team, right? You can't control any of that. All you can control is you. So how do you bounce back when you're having the worst day, the worst week, the worst month, the worst year? You don't stay there. You go high, right? You control what you can control. You have your North Star. You find something bigger that's driving you, a memory, a moment, a dream, a plan, and you hold true to that and you remember that. You work with the willing, right? Any kind of skill can be taught, but do people have heart? Do they have compassion? Do they have motivation? Are they just a genuine, nice person? That's who I want to spend my time with. You call your go-to. Amanda, I love you. You have no idea how many times between you and my husband, you've talked me off the ledge when I've wanted to quit, when I've been upset and frustrated and angry and mad, right? It's like you don't dwell on that spot. You call your go-to and you talk about it. And it could be, I think Amanda and I literally talked for probably 5 minutes today. It was like 5 minutes and my whole mood changed, right? So you call your go-to. You thrive with your anchor. What are the things that fill up your cup and that you can be in control of? For me, it's fitness, nutrition, my sleep, my water, and being around positive, happy people. Those are the things that I know I can control every single day. Thank you for the love, Joanne. So you do that. And lastly, you feel and deal. You make these dang videos. No, I'm kidding. That's what I do. But you talk about it with people. You don't hide your feelings. You identify if you're mad, if you're sad, if you're frustrated, right? We started doing this with Oliver, and I read it in a book, and it had nothing to do with parenting, but I was like, I'm going to try this. It was a book about self-compassion, and I'm like, I'm going to try this with my little guy, 3-year-old, right? Throwing a temper tantrum, throwing things, mad, and I'm like, how are you right now, buddy? Are you happy or are you frustrated? And 9 times out of 10, he's like, Mommy, I'm frustrated. And I'm like, oh, buddy, what are you frustrated with, right? Get down on the floor next to him and it'll be some silly, I didn't want to take a bath today, or I didn't want to put my shoes on, or whatever, right? And we talk through it. But it's like, instead of me being like, come on, Oliver, we have to get in the bath. Come on, Oliver, stop acting like that. Come on, Oliver, we got to get your shoes on. Come on, Oliver, we got to get going. Just that split second of being like, how do you feel, buddy? What's going on? I'm frustrated. Oh, man, I'm frustrated too, right? Allowing you to feel and deal and feel those emotions. I'm telling you, it zaps my 3-year-old out of a temper tantrum or whatever the heck whatever you want to call that, whatever the heck 3-year-olds do, it zaps them out of it. So we need to talk more. Talk to your girlfriends. Talk to your friends. Talk to a therapist if you need to, right? I've recently gone to therapy this past year about, issues with my family and my upbringing and those sorts of things. And it's the most amazing thing to just get it out, to not carry it and to not hold it anymore. So you're having a bad day, you're having a bad week, don't make it a bad year, right? Control those things that you can control, your attitude, your habits, what you bring to the table, your emotions. And, that's it. That's how you get out of having a bad day, bad week, bad month, bad nothing. There's no more bad, right? Let's change it all around. So hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you can pray for me that the stomach bug and the nonsense has just, made its way. You know that your mind is right when you can smile and deal with, I got a husband and a little guy who's puking and pooping and doing all these things, right? So I'm a nurse. We talk about puke and poop all the time in our house. But it's like, when you can smile through the crap, that you're all going to be okay. So hopefully you found those tips helpful, and have an amazing, amazing, amazing rest of the day. Mwah! Bye.